Welcome to the Catamount Football Show with Coach Matt Land. This week we'll take a look back at the Rome game and also talk about the upcoming game with the Alexander Cougars. So stay right here, back with more Catamount Football after these messages.
Hi, I'm Charles R. Hicks Sr., the owner here at Transformers Transmission Complete Auto Repair Specialist. Welcome to our brand new facility. Here at Transformers, we specialize in all automatic and manual foreign and domestic transmissions, not to mention brakes, AC tune-ups, and much, much more. Come on in and relax in our lounge while our technicians take care of your automotive needs. Here at Transformers Transmission, we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and I guarantee we can make it go.
Jason Denson, Ford of Dalton, North Georgia's fastest growing dealership. New vehicles come with my exclusive 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty. I will do whatever it takes to earn your business. Ford of Dalton, there's no reason to shop anywhere else.
Thank you to all of our customers and clients over the years.
Coldwell Banker Kennard Realty's been guiding the Dalton-Whitfield community home since 1974.
Please contact the #1 real estate company in Northwest Georgia for all your real estate needs.
Hi, I'm Mitch Sanford, President of First Bank of Dalton. During these challenging times filled with uncertainties, there is one thing that is still certain, and that is your bankers at First Bank of Dalton are still here to meet with you, take your call, and assist you with all of your financial needs. We have served our community for over 20 years, and we are still making local decisions and providing exceptional service, even if that looks a bit different today. At First Bank of Dalton, we are still putting you first.
All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Rome game. Certainly it was nice to be back home at Harmon Field. Wasn't the result we wanted, but it was good to be back home.
It was. It's always good to play at Harmon Field, always to be good, there in front of your home crowd. It's been 5 weeks since we've been here. Won't be back for another 3, but, enjoyed certainly being at Harmon Field and being here in the front of the lights.
Absolutely. The game itself, I think the phrase for our offense was just shoot yourself in the foot however many times you could. I mean, we were looking at field position, and I think we started at the 4, the 8, the 12. I mean, just time after time, we're backed up trying to come out of a hole and then have a penalty, and just really struggled with that, right?
Well, yeah, and there's 3 parts of the game. We talked about special teams, the defense and offense. We knew coming into this game that we were going to be challenged from an offensive standpoint, certainly because of the defensive mismatches for the 3rd consecutive week.
Right.
So beyond anything else that happened, individual matchups just did not go in our favor. That would be the obvious point to be made, and they'll certainly see it, on the film or whatever. But I think the second thing is you do add to that when you have those pre-snap penalties, when you have procedural errors, when you have formation errors, what it might be, and we certainly had a share of those. But really, turnovers on our side of the field, you just can't do. You got to drive. If you don't want to turn the ball over, but if you do, at least you got to get down there and get it on the other side of the field, and then it's like a punt to that extent. We certainly didn't do that on that second drive, I think it was. So you have those things. From a defensive perspective, we had a little energy. Felt like coming into this game, we knew that we could do some things defensively because they were not going. They didn't have their starting quarterback, didn't have 2 of their 3 tailbacks, but they did have their line of scrimmage, and that line of scrimmage was very effective. Really only ran 1 play all night long, outside zone, the stretch. Really ran it well, and so we felt like we could get some. But once again, we certainly bent a lot, but we never broke. Didn't give up those things until we got later into the game, and so like I said, overall. Once again, I know people watching are probably tired of hearing this, but when you're there with these guys every day, you're watching them. So proud of their effort, so proud of the way they fought, really proud of the way they prepared.
Yep.
Just didn't put it together on the field on Friday night, and that's just a sign of, like I said, we say young team. Week 5, you really can't say that anymore. We told the kids that. We stand on the merits of what we do, and I think our kids will come back out of this with a little more focus. I think they're going to come back certainly with a little bit more urgency of knowing exactly what's at hand, and I think at the end of the day, their best football is still ahead of them.
I think the thing that kind of strikes me about where we are and how we've gotten here, when you look at and we keep saying it, but we scored a touchdown late in that game. It was still against their first defense.
Yep.
And for the kids, they could have very easily packed it in. It was 24-0 with 5 minutes or less to go. And our guys are excited. They're ready to get out there and score, right? And we scored and add some enthusiasm. So it's good to see that they're staying in it and they're staying in the fight. Defense, I think they either they shut them out in the second half or pretty close to it. So just got to start sooner and start faster.
I think that's the key, and I think you bring up a great point. And I think the one thing that you always kind of look at this and you say, we watch a lot of film. We watch a lot of film of a lot of schools that are in our area, some that are out of our area. And what you said is really, to me, the character of this team. A lot of teams, they close 10 at halftime. They close their tent going into that fourth quarter. But these guys, they're fighting the 48 minutes. The lesson they've got to learn is we got to start earlier. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we scrimmaged at Carrollton before we walked out on the field. I mean, we went 8 plays just trying to kind of help them get, in a feel. Certainly we came out against South Paulding, scored 9 points right off the bat, first 2 drives. So they just got to stay with it, and we got to do it as a unit. We got to get the defense and the offense playing together at the same time. It's kind of like right now, one's playing good while the other one's not, and then we flip those coins. So we got to be sure that we're doing it at the same time and working toward that common goal.
Absolutely. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Direct Packaging is your complete one-stop packaging supplier of choice. In addition to being the largest in-stock packaging and adhesive supplier in North Georgia, Direct Packaging also manufactures boxes while adhering to the same service standards our customers have come to expect. With over 170,000 square feet of packaging and specialty films, boxes, and adhesives, we are the leader for packaging supplies. Direct Packaging is committed to our customers. We have a dedicated fleet ready to serve you. We pride ourselves in being able to deliver upon receipt in a 60-mile radius within a 4-hour window. Our friendly staff is very knowledgeable and willing to help in any way that we can. With years of experience in the packaging industry, we can find the right product that suits your packaging needs. Direct Packaging also believes in supporting our community. We proudly serve by giving back to local organizations that make the Dalton area such a great place to live. Proud of the work we do, dedicated to the customers we serve. Direct Packaging, your largest single-source packaging distributor manufacturer in North Georgia. Contact us today.
Kaler Industrial Sales after hours service. This is Raymond. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, sure can. We can meet you in about 15 minutes. Does that work? Hey, Heath, you got to go to work.
I'm go.
Good hit, Aiden. Good hit.
Papa, why are you and Dad always running off to work like that?
Well, at Kaler Industrial, we always tell our customers we don't expect their business, we earn their business.
Welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. We've got our coaches interview segment. Got Coach Scott Thompson. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about, you wear 2 pretty big hats, and one is for Catamount Athletics, really,
Yes.
and
Yes,
one is obviously Catamount Football. So let's talk about the athletic side of things. Why don't you go through your responsibilities and what you do with all the Catamount athletes?
Well, I'm the Director of Athletic Performance for all sports at Dalton High School. The main thing is we have all the coaches at our school balled into the weight room and how we get kids prepared, because we have to share athletes. Whether it's a basketball team, boys or girls, getting ready for going in, transitioning to a baseball season, we do everything we can to get the athletes in the best shape possible, me and Cole Bennett, so the coaches, when they get to their season, they can just start working on fundamentals and they don't have to get them in shape or so on.
How do you balance strength training with, say you've got a guy or girl that plays 2 sports, and so they've got 2 distinct in-season times, but you still want to get them the work to increase the strength or whatever speed or whatever things you're working on. How do you balance that when they're in season?
it's a mindset that athletes have to have. You know, you think about a softball player. A softball player, if you're a pitcher or catcher, we really got to take care of them. But if you're a center fielder, you're a first baseman, second baseman, you know, you can work out hard on game days. And as long as you got 6 hours of recovery, and our girls and boys have bought into that, you know, we're able to keep them in shape, prevent injuries, and get them ready for their next season. You know, we got about 4 or 5 girls that play on the softball team. I get ready to play girls basketball, and you know, they're going to be in shape. And you know, you just got to know what type of offense and defense they're running on their sport, so you can kind of modify and take care of their legs or what they're doing to keep them in shape.
I think you bring up a great point about injury prevention. I don't think people think about that when it comes to strength training or flexibility or speed. How does the injury prevention work into that, y'all's program?
Well, injury prevention is if I put in 3 or 4 of the biggest things we do, injury prevention would be at the top. Simply for the fact, if we can keep them in shape, if we can keep them flexible, and we can prevent injuries. You know, throughout the season, basketball season, running up and down the court, and the running they do for the games, and then the longevity we can help their coach, keep them healthy and safe. It's huge.
Well, you know, you look at football. If you got a kid that plays football and basketball, football is quick bursts. Right?
Yes, sir.
And basketball is, like you say, is a lot more long running endurance, but also some quick bursts there. So
there's a totally different training that has to take place, transitioning from football to basketball, from basketball to track. And you know, basketball, so the one Coach Harris and Coach Scoggins are going to have to get these girls from softball to basketball, train them a little bit different when they get there, and they know they will because they've played the sport. And Coach Scoggins, from football to basketball, it's just a totally different conditioning that he's going to have to take care of them and kind of get them in basketball shape.
Absolutely. I think one of the things too is people may not realize how much research and because there's always philosophies changing, right? I mean, you spend a lot of time keeping up with the current trends, the current changes.
You have to. You just you know, there's a million different ways to skin a cat, but you got if it's scientifically based, if there's new things out every day and how things are doing, you know, staying in touch educational wise, of reading up-to-date journals and see what everybody's doing. A good coach is a good thief. Right. Because they pay attention to what other people are doing, because you do what's best for the kid. And if we can educate ourselves and learn and be ready for before what we need to do to protect them and keep them safe, you know, the education part of it is big.
Absolutely. All right, before we let you go, let's talk real quick about your other hat you wear, defensive back.
Yes, sir.
Coach for the Catamounts. Talk about that and responsibility and the role with your guys out there.
Well, you know, I've been on the defensive side of the ball. I guess I've been at Dalton for 18, 19 years now, and I've been on the defensive side of the ball for 10 years. And I worked with Coach Land when he was a secondary coach, and I took over when he became the head coach. You know, we do a lot to try to make sure they don't give up the big ball deep, and if for some reason they get through the defensive line and linebackers, we try to get them on the ground. And you know, I'm very happy about the way our kids are playing this year.
Yeah. I think you've got to be a little. I mean, all football coaches need to be a little bit of a psychologist, but in that position particularly, those guys are on an island. They're by themselves a lot out there. You got to have there's a little psychological aspect that goes along, right?
Yes. I mean, you miss a tackle as a defensive lineman, they may not know it, a linebacker, but if you give up the big ball, you miss a tackle in open field, everybody sees it, and you know, you have to sometimes piece them back together.
Absolutely.
Because it's you know, it's out there for everybody to see.
Yeah. Update us on your family before we let you go here.
Yes, I've been married to my beautiful wife, Tiffany Thompson, for 20 years, about to be 20 years. She's a fourth grade teacher at Brookwood. I have a junior, Taylor Thompson, that is 16 years old. I believe she's a junior. I got a 8th grade girl, Jamie Thompson, that's a cheerleader. So I've been to a lot of football games. Instead of sitting in the middle, I'm down on the cheerleader side, and I'm cheering them on. And
then there's Clayton.
And then there's Clayton. Clayton's he's 11-year-old, 5th grader, and having a great year at school. Miss Flowers is doing a great job with him, and he's had a rough go of it because he's a loose wire. But, he's having a phenomenal year, and I'm very proud of him.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate everything you do for Catamount Football and Catamount Athletics.
Thank you for
having me.
Stay
right here. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
Day by day, state by state, our country has begun to reopen. At Engineered Floors, employee safety is paramount, and we continue to take every precaution necessary to ensure a safe work environment while continuing to provide America and the world with quality floor covering solutions. To us, American-made means something, possibly now more than ever. Our commitment to manufacturing 100% of our carpet in Northwest Georgia remains steadfast in defiance of these current challenges. It is in the face of adversity that the perseverance and spirit of the American workforce shines brightest. As open signs flicker on, as streets begin to fill, it is the hands underneath the gloves and the faces behind the masks that will see us through. We are all in this together, and we will overcome.
With VidLink, OptiLink's exciting new entertainment platform, you'll have the freedom to stream VidLink content on multiple devices, even when away from home. Plus, with VidLink, you can access the widest array of content on the market. You'll get great features like Restart, Replay, cloud-based DVR storage, all HD programming, and so much more. Contact us today to see how you can get linked to the next big thing in video entertainment.
Welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. We've got a second coaches segment. We've got Coach Jason Poteet from the middle school. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the middle school program. You guys have incorporated 8th grade, 7th grade, even some sixth graders in the program this year. Kind of talk through that and how you guys are structured, because it's a little different than what's maybe been in the past.
Yes, sir. This year we've got 8th grade playing as a varsity. We've got our 7th grade. We've included those 6th graders, just try to increase the numbers and interest. And we're getting ready for that split next year for the 6-7 group. So we try to get included some of those younger kids.
That's good. Talk about your staff a little bit. You've got some guys that have been coaching for a while, and then some good young new coaches, right?
Yes, sir. Mark Hefner leads up our defense. He's the defense coordinator. He's been around for ages, doing a great job. Jeff Gasway is doing our defensive line. Hunter Floyd is our new guy. He's doing outside linebackers. Dakota Van's a new guy. He's doing our secondary. Coach Nava is our offense coordinator. Heads up our offense. Great addition, Coach Tolbert is doing a great job with offensive line. Coach Edgar Nava, another Nava.
That's right.
Born and bred, Dalton, doing a great job offensive line. Todd Hammontree and Landon Brooks doing receivers.
And I think one thing that's maybe different in the past, there's not an 8th grade or 7th grade staff. Those offensive coaches coach all the offensive players?
Yes, sir.
And the defensive coaches coach all the defensive players?
Yes, sir.
Kind of explain the thinking behind that and what that lends itself to with the kids in the program.
Well, I think what I've seen is that we've been able to increase the knowledge of the kids. Being able to have one, if you're a coach, you're concentrating on that one specific position. You got more knowledge there. You can research and develop those kids a little bit better than trying to do offense and defense at the same time.
Talk about, you guys play a unique schedule, really all comers, right?
Yes, sir.
So kind of tell us what you go through as far as finding games and where you look and who you talk to and teams that we've played this year so far.
Yeah, unfortunately we're not in the league. Hopefully we'll change that in the coming future. But
right.
I've reached out to 62 schools. We ended up getting 11 scheduled before COVID hit. After COVID hit, we still ended up with 7.
Talk about the geographic range too. That's kind of interesting of who you talk to and where you guys go. And
we've talked to Cedartown. We had 2 on the schedule for Cedartown. We go all the way up to Cleveland, Tennessee, on the northern part of Cleveland. So it's a wide range of locations.
It really is, and it's unique. It's really different with the We played some of the Tennessee schools when I was coaching middle school, and it's a different style of football. You know, and it sounds kind of silly to say that, but I mean, some of those teams are pass happy, right? I mean, they throw it all over the place.
Oh yeah, Lake Forest is a pass happy team, but Cleveland's always going to be competitive. Baylor's going to be competitive. McCallie's usually competitive. So it's been a good year.
You know, I think you bring up a good point there with Baylor and McCallie. That's been a long time rivalry with our middle school guys. Talk about playing those, because you know you're gonna play two really well coached teams with usually a lot of good athletes, right?
Yes, sir. Baylor, they're always going to have 3 or 4 studs that you got to stop. Always. Cleveland's just a smash mouth, well coached football team. They're going to be competitive. They're going to be well coached. So I've got a couple friends up there at Cleveland. So it's friendly competitive. So it's fun.
So is this your
second year?
Second year. So talk to me about you've coached varsity. What have you seen the difference moving down, heading up the middle school program, coaching that level of football versus coaching the varsity guys?
The knowledge, you know, we're still developing the knowledge part of it, and that's one thing that we really concentrated on this summer with the COVID situation. We got into the classroom a little bit, got on the board, watched some film. We really tried to develop the knowledge this year, and they've done a great job. The kids have responded.
All right, you got a son coming in, right?
Yes, sir. He's a 7th grader, Jaden. He plays tackle and defensive end. He's bigger than me. He's taller than me. Of course, it doesn't take much.
You took the most right out of my mouth.
But
we always like linemen, though, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a good thing.
Sir.
We need more linemen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate everything you do with the middle school. Look forward to watching you guys the rest of the season.
Thanks, sir.
So right here, back with more Catamount Football after these messages.
With VidLink, OptiLink's exciting new entertainment platform, you'll have the freedom to stream VidLink content on multiple devices, even when away from home. Plus, with VidLink, you can access the widest array of content on the market. You'll get great features like Restart, Replay, cloud-based DVR storage, all HD programming, and so much more. Contact us today to see how you can get linked to the next big thing in video entertainment.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
My name is Kelsey Harmon, and this is the Chick-fil-A Cow, and Chick-fil-A Dalton is excited to announce that we will be teaming up with the Dalton High Quarterback Club again this season. We will be providing fans with the awesome tailgate experience starting at 5:30. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and visit our tent for dinner before the game. As always, Chick-fil-A reminds you to eat more chicken and go Big Red.
We're back on the Catamount Football Show. We've got our player interview segment. Guys, welcome to the show and introduce yourselves, please.
AJ Hernandez, senior, DB, number 26.
Josué Lopez, senior, 48, middle linebacker.
All right, Josué, let's start with you. So one of your roles besides middle linebacker is a snapper, right?
Yes, sir. Long
so
snapper.
Talk to me about being a long snapper. That's a pretty thankless job, but when things go wrong, everybody knows who you are and notices what happens. So talk about how'd you learn that skill, and tell me about doing it in the game.
Well, I learned it I really just learned it back in middle school. One of my coaches just pulled me aside and wanted me to snap, so he just started teaching me how to snap, and I ended up snapping here in high school. Actually, snapping for me is a little bit stressful because I worry too much about it.
Right.
But I'm just like, all I gotta do is snap it, and Jay will kick it off, and we'll be good.
Kind of talk through the mechanics of the snap, of your routine of getting ready to snap the football, what you're looking at, how you set your feet, that kind of thing.
How I set my feet is I get a good wide base, and the way I get my spiral more is by the way I turn the ball, and that just helps me a lot to get it back there to Judge.
And then how about covering the kick?
Covering kick, once I snap it, I'm off straight to
That's where the middle linebacker part comes in, right?
Yes, sir. So it kind of ties together.
Yeah. Talk about that part of it, because that's a with the return team not being able to hit the snapper, you're usually the first guy down the field, right?
Yes, sir. I was the first one down there.
So what are you looking for as you get down there? What do you?
I watched because we got some athletes covering these balls, so I'm always, once they catch it, I know they're always going to do a little spin move or something, so I just wait, be patient, and once they run with it, go for it.
And tell me about being a senior this year. It's been a strange year leading up to this, and a lot of uncertainty as we go through everything each week. You know, could possibly, who knows what's going to happen next week. Kind of talk about your approach to that and your philosophy with being a senior.
My philosophy, I mean, just keep going. This whole COVID thing has stopped us, like, from summer workouts and all that. But somehow we always manage to get a workout in. I'm just going with the flow, and I'm thanking God for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Very good. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes.
All right, Jay, let's talk to you. Tell me about your role in the Catamount defense.
I'm corner, and I play safety some too.
So corner is a much different role than a safety, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk about the differences in those two positions and the responsibilities and kind of what your mindset when you're playing corner versus mindset when you're a safety.
Like at safety, it's just different angles than like at corner. It's just like a straight angle. At safety, you have to adjust your angles to their speed and to their juke moves and stuff like that.
But you're also at corner. You can be stuck out on an island, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you've got man-on-man coverage with some of these receivers, we play some really good athletes, some really good receivers. What are you looking at pre-snap with the receiver to try to maybe give you a tip on what he's doing, or just talk about your kind of your routine when you're getting ready to cover a guy?
Yes, sir. I just listen to our coverage first. So if I'm man, I just focus in on my man only, look at his hips and only his hips. And then I look at his feet, see if he's going inside, outside, and how they line up, if they line up close to the ball or wide, very wide from the ball.
So when they're running a route and you're covering a guy, what's one of the telltale signs when the ball's coming to him? Do they turn and look back, or their eyes, or their hands? What's the first thing that kind of keys you that, oh, here comes the football of this guy?
Their eyes normally get big, and then their hands second. So as soon as I see all that, then I'm like, okay, the ball's coming. I got to make a play on the ball or swat the ball out of their hands.
Yeah, I think one of the things I like to, especially when the DBs come on, because communication is so important with the offensive line guys, but we're all close together in there. You guys are spread. The field's 53 yards wide. You guys can be spread from sideline to sideline.
Yes,
Talk a little bit about the communication aspect of a defensive back group and how you guys handle that, get one call from one side all the way to the other.
Our coaches have taught us to, like, let's say when we get one coverage on our side of the field, then we have to echo it all the way across to the other corner. So it goes from the near side corner all the way to the far side corner.
Because if you're not on the same page, what can the result be?
Touchdown.
Touchdown, right? Real fast, right?
Yep.
Not good. So I'm going to ask you the same question about being a senior. What's it mean to you this year, and kind of talk about the preparation for it?
It's just been different because like last year we had a lot of 7-on-7s, workouts every summer, like every day. And this year we had no 7-on-7s and a few workouts during the summer.
And here we go, right? All right. Well, guys, thanks for coming on. Doing a great job. Look forward to watching the rest of the season.
Thanks.
Stay right here, back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
Buy from the pros who know at Proformance Sports Academy. Our pro shop has one of the largest selections of bats, gloves, and cleats in the North Georgia area, featuring Rawlings, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Mizuno, and the largest New Balance cleat dealer in the area. We provide baseball and softball gear for travel leagues, rec leagues, middle school, and high school programs. Get your baseball and softball training, equipment, and uniforms from the former collegiate and professional players who know at Proformance Sports Academy. ProformanceSportsAcademy.com.
You know what makes Carpet Express different from other flooring companies? We care about you. So that you can make the right choice for your home, at Carpet Express we offer carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile. We don't only sell you a product. At Carpet Express we offer quality installation backed by a warranty. We don't stock 1 or 2 products. At Carpet Express we stock up to 100 different products in each category at affordable prices. So come to Carpet Express where we care about you.
Well, like we said, entering the show, it sure was nice to be back on Harmon Field, and the field was in great shape.
Oh, it was. You look at Harmon Field, and it's just, I mean, it's just such a great place to play.
Yeah, such a great venue.
Of all the places we go, it's probably my favorite place to play.
I think the couple things, no track and not being an on-campus school.
Oh, absolutely.
An on-campus stadium, I mean. It just adds a lot to the atmosphere.
Absolutely. Well, we come in right here and get a nice play right here, and regrettably we have a holding call, but.
And it was warranted. I mean, I saw why the guy called it when we watched it.
Did you just say that?
Not really. I didn't
Okay,
mean
I'm
it.
just making sure.
I didn't mean it. They're never warranted, in my opinion.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was
trying to
be
politically correct.
Good job here by our coverage team. You're going to see these guys down and making a lot of good plays throughout the season, and particularly this rest of this game. Good job right here. We really were playing with a skinny group. We had a couple of injuries in the week. That certainly changed some things. Obviously, as we talked about, you looked at here, they moved the ball down pretty efficiently and scored right off the bat.
We come back on offense, quick pass, and just gets in the wrong place.
Yep. But once again, back to what we was talking about, you see a good play right here and this is such a fumble. This is the second week in a row that we've missed a fumble call. And, you look at that and you just kind of say, okay, we got to be more consistent with that. But anyhow, good job right here by defense, stuffing it up right there. And, this defense right here sticks it up big right here. Love to see the aggressiveness all night long by them. Even though they did drive the ball a lot on us, we were able to not break. Just certainly glad right here they put them in a situation where we force a quick kick.
Yep, well executed by Rum, too. That's exactly what you want to do. The quick kick is pin it inside. Here comes Warner on a little jet sweep. As an offense, when you get backed up like that, the goal is to get, obviously the goal is always to score, but you want to get 2 first downs if you can and get out to flip the field position. That's the number one goal when you get going. A couple of good inside zone plays here. First one, Ashton kept it and took it around left side. Now he gives it to Maurice, and he takes it right up the middle.
Talk a little bit about the injuries that we had throughout the week here.
Oh, yeah.
This is really the first time we had Maurice back.
Yeah, the first time Ashton was really back practicing full speed.
Yep. And then we lost Krim early in the game because of an ankle injury. For those people I had a few people ask me, why didn't they see number 5 playing? We lost him, and that kind of cost us our vertical threat. Kind of brought everybody back into the pile.
Absolutely. Good coverage there.
Good job right there by David Garcia. David's just really become such a key role for us. Great recovery right here by Brock Johnson, seeing that ball on the ground. So great job right there making that. Love the excitement. Tyson Neal getting in on the play. Mauricio Quintero, Corey Gray, and Caleb Hernandez. You'll see it again right here.
He just dropped it.
Yeah, great job right there. I mean, Bryson goes up to block it, and he kind of tries to hold up.
Yep.
Good thing they didn't have that. Was that Tom Brady rule?
That's right, the tuck rule.
The tuck rule, yeah. So good job there for our defense. Great job making that play, turning the ball back over to us right there about the right there at the 45-yard line.
Best field position we had all night. We unfortunately weren't able to do anything with it.
That's right.
That should have been a penalty right there.
Funny how we get that call.
Yeah, we get a call on us. That's right.
But we had a high snap, a couple other things right there that forced us to have to punt out the ball. We were able to move the ball down. Good play once again. Davey Garcia making plays out on the backfield and out in front. Once again, they drive the ball on us and get it down. Good job by our defense right here, standing up. And, kind of an interesting thing right here. He didn't come out. His helmet went off, and he didn't come out in this play. That was kind of an interesting thing that we talked about. Couldn't really get an answer from the officials on that, which wasn't.
And if you're a Catamount fan, you recognize the referee. That's the guy wearing the white hat. He was the referee at the Harrison game who failed to call the holding penalty when Justin Fields threw that long pass right before the half.
That's right. That's right.
So with the course for that guy.
We get a doink. Luckily, we're able to get the ball back at 20. Good throw right here. Good throw and catch. Certainly
nice route by
19.
Luke.
Absolutely.
Good job right here. Warner doing a good job fighting for every extra yard. Swing pass to Maurice. Trying to put together a drive here. Kind of was off. What did the quarterback coach say? Kind of off his platform there when he threw that one.
Yep. Got to get that front shoulder around.
Going in at halftime, certainly a winnable game. 7-0 at the half.
And at this point, the play count: 31 plays for us on offense, 33 plays for them on offense. So it was a pretty balanced game up to this point.
Hi, I'm Charles R. Hicks Sr., the owner here at Transformers Transmission Complete Auto Repair Specialist. Welcome to our brand new facility. Here at Transformers, we specialize in all automatic and manual foreign and domestic transmissions, not to mention brakes, AC tune-ups, and much, much more. Come on in and relax in our lounge while our technicians take care of your automotive needs. Here at Transformers Transmission, we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and I guarantee we can make it go.
Jason Denson, Ford of Dalton, North Georgia's fastest growing dealership. New vehicles come with my exclusive 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty. I will do whatever it takes to earn your business. Ford of Dalton, there's no reason to shop anywhere else.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping home.
Why should you make the switch to First Bank of Dalton?
My bank gives back to our community.
My bank understands our changing needs.
My bank made my dream home my home.
My bank has the tools I need to manage my business.
My bank helps me save.
My bank makes decisions locally.
Need more reasons? Stop by and see why First Bank of Dalton should be your bank for life.
Good job right here. Caleb Hernandez, Coy Gray coming in there, Mauricio Quintero. Love seeing those guys play with a great intensity. See Brock Johnson coming off the edge right here. We get a little floater. Good coverage by Fuller Vineyard. A.J. Hernandez played a different position for us this week, moved into safety, played a little bit inside there, did another good job. They did drive the ball on us, get down right here, and then we bow our backs. Big play right there, David Garcia and Brandon Arredondo doing a great job. You'll see these guys right here working on the backside. Bam. Good job on the front side by Tyson Neal. Great job. Love that. Love that. Good job, guys.
Brandon may weigh 170 pounds, but he hits like he's about 230 or 240.
He sure does. Great job there by Brady Penley coming up. He played very well for us the other night. We moved him back inside a little bit, and he did a good job right there making some key play down there on the goal line. Come back, and we called this one, man. We knew this was about to happen, and we just could not get our guys to pay attention to it, but a great job right there, at least staying in that game right there. But like I said, a terrible, terrible job right there not getting the call made.
Come back to the buck sweep. If you see that play, you saw this a lot last year with Jameer. Our guys are very familiar with the play, and so we broke it out in the second half. Hayden Sumner come around, got to get turned up field, get that. And just an unfortunate fumble right here. We had two drives at the beginning of the second half that hurt us. A fumble and a bad snap and a penalty just really killed two drives for us.
Yep. A great job right here again. Mauricio Quintero is really playing well for us. Austin Fisher, Caleb Hernandez, just really, really playing tough. You see that right here, they're trying to run a little zone stretch play. Just a great job right there.
You know, I think I was wrong when I said we shut him out in the second half. I think I was thinking about South Paulding.
Yeah.
Earlier in the show. I don't know what I was thinking.
I was about to say, it's 7-0.
Kind of lost my mind there. Here comes Buck Sweep to the left. Maurice doing a nice job of running north and south. That's what you want to see out of your running backs, but ended up with a penalty or bad snap and had to punt.
Yep. Good job right here of our punt, but not a very good job on the coverage. We gave up containment outside. took a hard lick there at the beginning. So we go into the fourth quarter 17-0. They've driven the ball, get it down to right down to the goal line. Bows our back right here. Quarterback pulls it. Another good play right there, stopping them just short. Parker Adams, Mauricio, and Caleb. You've heard those names all night. Then they come back, and once again, a great job holding them right there. He kind of slips right there on the turf, and we stop him right there. Great job. Great job. Good penetration by Coy Gray. I would have gone the other way.
And that was a good call by the officials. I mean, we get after him when we don't, but they did a nice job of seeing that his butt went down before the ball went over the goal line. So got to give him credit where credit is due.
Absolutely. Really wished we could have moved the ball right there. Great job, Daniel Ramos, another name you're going to hear a lot out of. Of course, they bring the ball back down and score.
This is what we talked about earlier. Kids playing hard, good throw, good catch.
Absolutely. Great job.
We're down to 3 or 4 minutes left in the game at this point. Guys hustling down the field. Good protection by the offensive line. Good throw. We felt like it was really important to get a touchdown.
Well, absolutely. I mean, and at this point, you still got a chance. I mean, these guys are still fighting.
Absolutely. And there's a flag. Knocked him over in the cheerleaders.
Take a few yards the best way we can.
That's right.
Good job right here.
Good job
keeping his eyes up.
That's right, and keeping the play alive.
Good job by Blanchard.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Very good.
Great job. I like the way he moves up into the pocket. I thought he did a much better job moving in the pocket instead of out of the pocket. And a great job right there of Luke catching that ball and keeping his feet in.
So go for 2 and successful.
Yeah. Love that right there. Love to see those guys execute plays that you talk about and work through. Great job.
Here's another look at it. So that makes it a 2-score game. Come back, obviously, with an onside kick here. And there was a little confusion here.
It was right at the line. It was right on the line. And what's funny is he had the call at the 49. But anyhow, love our players, love the effort that our coaches and our players gave. Appreciate all the fans coming out supporting us. Certainly, it's a great place to play.
We'll see you at Alexander.
Direct Packaging is your complete one-stop packaging supplier of choice. In addition to being the largest in-stock packaging and adhesive supplier in North Georgia, Direct Packaging also manufactures boxes while adhering to the same service standards our customers have come to expect. With over 170,000 square feet of packaging and specialty films, boxes, and adhesives, we are the leader for packaging supplies. Direct Packaging is committed to our customers. We have a dedicated fleet ready to serve you. We pride ourselves in being able to deliver upon receipt in a 60-mile radius within a 4-hour window. Our friendly staff is very knowledgeable and willing to help in any way that we can. With years of experience in the packaging industry, we can find the right product that suits your packaging needs. Direct Packaging also believes in supporting our community. We proudly serve by giving back to local organizations that make the Dalton area such a great place to live. Proud of the work we do, dedicated to the customers we serve. Direct Packaging, your largest single-source packaging distributor manufacturer in North Georgia. Contact us today.
Day by day, state by state, our country has begun to reopen. At Engineered Floors, employee safety is paramount, and we continue to take every precaution necessary to ensure a safe work environment while continuing to provide America and the world with quality floor covering solutions. To us, American-made means something, possibly now more than ever. Our commitment to manufacturing 100% of our carpet in Northwest Georgia remains steadfast in defiance of these current challenges. It is in the face of adversity that the perseverance and spirit of the American workforce shines brightest. As open signs flicker on, as streets begin to fill, it is the hands underneath the gloves and the faces behind the masks that will see us through. We are all in this together, and we will overcome.
back to Catamount Football. Coach, let's talk a little bit about this upcoming week. We're going to take a long road trip once again.
Yep.
Down to Alexander High School to play the Cougars.
Yeah, number 2 scoring defense in the state. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, no problem at all. Just want to let you know that. We're going to play another good team. Matt Combs is the head coach. He and I have been friends for a long time. He's originally from Arizona, kind of a spread guy. So speaking about their offense specifically, they're going to go empty. They don't have that big power runner. If we think about the last time we really played them, they had the kid Michael Landis or whatever it was, committed to Auburn, wound up I think flipping at the last moment. But great, and just a great running game. They're more passing now. It's more empty set, spread, air raid, moving the ball kind of around. Leading rusher is the quarterback. So, certainly he's a great athlete, 6'2", 190. So, certainly the defense will have our work cut out for us because, when they spread you out there, it creates a lot of islands, creates a lot of gaps. So our defense is going to have to just play really, really sound. I think we'll probably develop more of a base plan where in the last couple of weeks we've done a lot more stuff with our game planning, trying to kind of create some stuff where this is one of those where I think you'd almost have to kind of sit back because they do spread you out so much and say, okay, you're going to have to beat us in our base and not beat us in this or that. And so I'm excited to see how we'll match up against them. What do you think about the defense?
Defensively, the thing you see about them, they're a 3-4 defense.
First time this year we've seen.
First time we've seen it, which we saw a lot of them last year, so we're familiar with the scheme in the front. But when you watch them on film, it looks like they play not to give up the big play.
That's right.
They're off the ball. They're 3 defensive linemen, but then the linebackers are deeper, the secondary's deeper. So it's like they're playing to keep everything in front of them. And when you talk bend, don't break, that seems to be their philosophy of, okay, we're going to let you dink your way down the field, but high school teams have a hard time putting together a 10-play drive.
We're proving that right now.
That's right.
We talked about that today.
That's right. So you've got to be disciplined. You've got to be able to sustain your drive if you're going to do it 5 or 6, 7 yards at a time, which the opportunities are there with this defense.
Right.
It's just we've got to be able to take advantage of it and execute, I think.
That's true. Special team-wise, they're very sound, good snapper. Got a place. Their kicker does all of their kicking duties, and he's a long, kind of tall kid, about 6'4", long legs. So he's going to give you're going to get a good kickoff, 3-yard line, probably good from about 40-yard in from a field goal perspective, and he's going to kick it about 35 yards in his punts. But he gets really, really good hang time. So not a lot of teams have returned the ball against him. So we've got to make our hay in our offensive game and not in our special teams.
Absolutely. So right here, back with more Catamount Football after these messages.
Taylor Industrial Sales after hours service. This is Raymond. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, sure can. We can meet you in about 15 minutes. Does that work? Hey, Heath, you got to go to work.
I'm going.
Good hit, Aiden. Good hit.
Papa, why are you and Dad always running off to work like that?
Well, at Taylor Industrial, we always tell our customers we don't expect their business, we earn their business.
With VidLink, OptiLink's exciting new entertainment platform, you'll have the freedom to stream VidLink content on multiple devices, even when away from home. Plus, with VidLink, you can access the widest array of content on the market. You'll get great features like Restart, Replay, cloud-based DVR storage, all HD programming, and so much more. Contact us today to see how you can get linked to the next big thing in video entertainment.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
My name is Kelsey Harmon, and this is the Chick-fil-A Cow, and Chick-fil-A Dalton is excited to announce that we will be teaming up with the Dalton High Quarterback Club again this season. We will be providing fans with the awesome tailgate experience starting at 5:30. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and visit our tent for dinner before the game. As always, Chick-fil-A reminds you to eat more chicken and go Big Red.
By Buy from the pros who know at Performance Sports Academy. Our pro shop has one of the largest selections of bats, gloves, and cleats in the North Georgia area, featuring Rawlings, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Mizuno, and the largest New Balance cleat dealer in the area. We provide baseball and softball gear for travel leagues, rec leagues, middle school, and high school programs. Get your baseball and softball training, equipment, and uniforms from the former collegiate and professional players who know at Performance Sports Academy. PerformanceSportsAcademy.com.
You know what makes Carpet Express different from other flooring companies? We care about you. So that you can make the right choice for your home, at Carpet Express we offer carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile. We don't only sell you a product. At Carpet Express, we offer quality installation backed by a warranty. We don't stock 1 or 2 products. At Carpet Express, we stock up to 100 different products in each category at affordable prices. So come to Carpet Express where we care about you.
All right, Coach, we've come to the end of another show, another exciting show of Catamount Football. Let's talk a little bit about things that are coming up. There's a couple of sub-varsity games this week, and we've got the middle school playing, right?
Yeah, I tell you what, a couple of good things there to talk about. Number one is our JV program this year. COVID kind of cost us the freshman season. And so we were forced to kind of take our freshman team and kind of absorb them into our JV game. We were able to get a couple of simple freshman-only games, but for the most part, we've had to play JV. But it's been good. It's been good certainly because we've had to play some kids up. And truth is, we have some freshmen that are probably going to play for us next year.
Right.
So it was good for us, the JV coaches, to kind of get out there and coach them and see that. Coach Patrick, Coach Johnson, Coach Blackwood, Coach Major Kirchen, they've done outstanding with these guys, developing them, the freshmen in particular, and then certainly you and Coach Penny when y'all go in and assist with the JV. Really, really very happy with their development this year. They've played really, really good opponents, and at the end of the day, you look at where we are today as a football program, plus where we want to be next year. These guys are going to figure into that equation. And so we really needed those guys.
Absolutely.
We got some JV season still left, so I want to encourage you to come out. A little unconventional this year. We're having to play some teams that can only play on Mondays. They can't play on Thursdays, so we've kind of had to turn our JV season upside down a little bit, which affects us a little bit game planning, but not a lot. But also, I tell you what, if you can get out anyway, on Tuesday and watch us play, our middle school play. Very, very proud of Coach Poteet. He has done an outstanding job. I just cannot say enough about the development, the off-season workout programs that they do. They're doing a lot of things that mirrors what we're doing at the high school level right now. Coach Poteet, one of the reasons why I really wanted Coach Poteet as our middle school coach, he had a background not only as a varsity coach, but he also had a background in weight training. He had been the strength coach at 2 locations he'd been at, along with, he's a Catamount. He's a former Catamount.
Right.
And there's some principles there that we want to always be sure that we're teaching and we're coaching. And his staff, Coach Nava, who's another former Catamount, and then they've just got some really, really good coaches, some coaches that have been there, and some new coaches that they've brought in. It's just been great. And so I'm so excited. Those guys are certainly going to step up next year and play. If you've not seen them play, there's some 8th graders that probably could be helping us right now, truth be known. But 7th grade program certainly has been a feather in the cap as well. They've played very well. We integrated the 6th grade program into that just due to some numbers being down because of the COVID, and they were kind of left out there, so we were able to kind of package them. All those guys have gotten to play a lot of football. Main thing is they've started building that camaraderie, building that team unity, and man, we're just going to keep putting, pouring into those guys, and those former Catamount, those future Catamounts are going to be good one day.
Absolutely, that's very important, very important. So we've got a couple of, got yet another open week coming up.
Another one, that's right.
after the Alexander. So talk a little bit about the difference in an early season open week and now a late season, because when we come back, we've got 3 regular season games left after that. So talk a little bit about the philosophy difference in those.
Yeah, that's good. And the early season buys, number one, you come out of that hoping to be healthy, number one. But number two, as we kind of looked at ours this year, it was an opportunity to reevaluate personnel, reevaluate scheme and strategy and what we were trying to do, what we were attempting to do. When you get into the late part of the season, it serves a couple of functions. Number one, it allows you to kind of get your second breath and really kind of get healthy with the guys that are healthy. In this COVID, that's kind of redefined it. You hope if anybody gets sick, I hate to say it during that time, but it's during that time so you don't miss practice time. But most importantly, it allows you to kind of begin to kind of get in your brain, okay, we've got to make a 3-game push right here. You got to win out to make the playoffs, and then you go straight into one and you're done. And so, it just kind of gives, I think, us as coaches time to really step back, gives the players an opportunity to take a breath and just kind of say, okay, we're about to put our nose to the grindstone, and the next time we stop, it's banquet time. Mm-hmm. So let's get out there and let's work. So I'm excited to see you guys, the coaches, how we'll work those guys. I'm excited to see how they're going to kind of take it. Certainly, we're at a point where we need it coming off of 4 very difficult games. Very physical 3 games on the road, over 2 hours per game. Right. It's going to be a very welcome time for us.
Absolutely. All right, well, before we wrap up here, we want to say we're a little programming here. We're not going to do a show next week. That's right. We'll be back the first week in November, so you can turn on your favorite method to watch the show and check us out then. And we'll wrap up like we always do. Say we'll be back next week, same cat time, same cat channel.
Go Big Red.